You can have this phone when you pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio, the only show that still uses tin can phones between rooms in the house. I've got the full cast up here today. What you doing with the multi-tool there, Elijah?
I'm trying to turn it into a weapon that has 3 different blades.
Just don't walk through the parking garage on your way back from the show. Courtney, how's it going?
Well, at the moment, I feel like my bank account has less numbers in it than I'm alive.
However, you are wearing a cool Batman t-shirt.
That's why my bank account looks so sad.
Josh, how do you do?
You know what? I met a man the other day down on the street corner where the burritos are made. I asked the man, "How do you do?" He said, "Nothing much. How about you?" I said, "I've been through a pile of goo. What's up with you?"
Josiah looks like an airplane captain over there with the headphones on. I would fly with you anywhere the way you're looking today, man. Check it out.
The captain has gone off to record a show, so the plane will be delayed for another 2 hours.
Wait a minute. If he's recording a show, who's piloting this thing?
Sorry about that turbulence back there, folks. Would someone please scrape the service dog off of the ceiling?
Today's topic is broken phones, and we'll be back after we find our phone.
Speak up, because you can. Your mind is a powerful tool, and so is your freedom of speech. So use it. It's what separates you from being a number to being an individual. Thoughts, beliefs, opinions, creativity. It's what makes you, you. Stand proud and say it loud. Know your rights. Know your freedom to speak. This message is brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters, Education Foundation, and the Broadcast Education Association.
We're losing him, Doctor.
Quick, administer CPR.
Cardio, pulmonary resuscitation?
No, silly. Comedy Parenting Radio.
We're back with a new Comedy Parenting Radio show.
It's just a new episode, Dad.
Although, later on we will be adding new stuff.
Like hair gel.
Maybe everyone will take a shower for once.
So, ladies and gentlemen, out there in podcast and radio land, cell phones have taken the world by storm. But they have one inherent flaw.
They break every 2 years.
Just after the warranty expires.
Hi, I'm your new expensive warranty, and I have just expired.
So now we have a phone with stage 1, cracked glass.
This is a piece of cake. You can see everything on the screen still, you know, and most people have some sort of crack on their screen. It's not much of a big deal, you know.
Unless you have my phones. My phones, it seems like if you get just the teeniest, tiniest little crack, the whole screen goes dead.
Well, you have to look at the screen from the other side of the phone, where the actual screen is, not the back of the phone.
Now I like that.
Sorry, Courtney. I apologize. I apologize to Courtney in front of the millions of people that are not listening to this show. Okay. What's stage 2 on broken phone with the glass?
There's different kinds of broken screens, you know. There's the simple crack along the corner. There's a crack that goes all the way from one side to the other, which makes it illegal. And you need to replace this screen by that point.
Before you can continue driving.
There's the spider web crack from the camel spider.
Then there's the black widow spider crack.
There's the brown recluse spider crack.
The daddy long legs spider crack, which is long but not as bad. And then there's stage 4, complete and total annihilation of anything visually detectable.
What happened to stage 3?
It went to the bathroom. So the question at that point is, do you hang on to the phone until the glass actually falls out, or do you send it in?
Well, I know a couple people that just hang on to it, and they have like cuts all over their fingers, and it looks like a mess.
I talked with a gal at work whose brother ran over her phone with his F-150 Ford pickup truck.
Oh, you know those Fords.
On gravel.
Oof.
The phone still worked.
Wow.
She could read the bottom line of the text messages, which could be very awkward. if it said, please don't come, she would read, come.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would go there, and then they're like, or did you get my text message? Yes. We said not to come. You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. Broken Phones. Will be right back. Oh, look, we found our phone. We're right back. No, we're not. Wait, it's broken. Hang on.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's 50, refreshing 2 degrees, man.
I love bird songs. Squirrel.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Bird songs, practice. Okay, turtle.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the cool forest, visit discovertheforest.cool, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Forest Council.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Are there any other categories of phone breaks?
You know, there is a category of broken phones that most people experience, but it's not always serious, which would be software breaking. So,
how do you break a software? Would you like bend it or punch it or poke a hole in it?
No, it breaks. It breaks.
And what happens when the software breaks?
Well, you know, one of the most common ones is over time, people, you know, they use their phones a bunch. They may have a ton of storage on there, but it wears on the CPU and any other processes.
What in the world is a CPU?
Central Processing Unit.
Oh, like everybody knew that.
Everybody
Courtney,
knows
did
that
you know what a
except for
CPU
you.
was? Be honest.
Yeah.
Elijah, did you know what a CPU unit is?
Well, yes.
Josiah, did you know what a CPU unit is?
Yes.
So essentially what a CPU is it contains all of the stuff that makes a phone run, like the processor.
What's a processor?
It processes things.
Like a food processor?
Like a meat grinder, kind of, essentially.
So if I shove these carrots into this little hole in my phone, I can get an app to make carrot juice come out?
It only processes electrical signals. So the processor, it carries the processor, the graphical processing unit, the motherboard, the toaster.
The mother of all boards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When electrical devices run, they gain heat, and sometimes that damages connections in the board, so it makes the phone run slower. Or sometimes, you know, your screen will start to spaz out because you've been running it for too long.
Oh, as well as why it's called the motherboard is because it wears gold. And I'm not joking about there's literally gold in a motherboard.
Yeah, some motherboard does have gold in it.
So that constitutes a software breakdown?
Essentially.
And how do you fix it?
Well, it's actually a mixture of software and hardware, but if it's actually an issue for you, you can probably send it to, I don't know, your local tech store guy, you know, has a long ponytail.
Glasses.
Maybe or maybe not a fedora.
I got a real cheap place where I sent my phone last time.
Yeah?
It was Bob's Tech Support in New Jersey.
You should never send anything to New Jersey.
Well, I haven't got the phone back yet. It's been about 8 months.
Aye.
You think they forgot me?
I think they were hoping you would forget them.
No, they haven't returned my 2 calls.
How did you make those calls?
On their call support line.
If you sent your phone in, how did you make those calls?
I borrowed a phone from a guy at work.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Are there any other types of phone breaks?
So there's a problem with the phone that can be caused by either of the two methods we've mentioned previously, which would be broken screens or software malfunctions. That would be the black screen.
This sounds like we're in a technical class in Denver at a technical school.
I hate black screens. They're like the black hole of all existence. They just sink all your happiness down into this black screen.
Especially at work, when I use my phone for a flashlight, I have to go check on those doors down there in that 4D theater.
No, we all know you're playing Bejeweled.
And I shake my phone for the flashlight to come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a black light.
It's a black light.
So everything white kind of glows. It's kind of weird.
That's the only time a black screen is good.
Hold that tiger, hold that tiger, hold that tiger.
This year, firefighters like Fire Chief James Hall will battle wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But firefighters can't do it alone.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile, or it can ignite and destroy your home and community.
Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you can take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
The Chev got stuck and the Ford got stuck and the Chev unstuck when the Dodge showed up. But the Dodge got stuck in the tractor rut, which eventually pulled out the Ford with some difficulty.
You know what I find kind of funny when you go to get your screen repaired? How out front Verizon has like that picture of the really broke, like a phone with a really badly broken screen, and it's really obviously photoshopped.
Aha! Now we're talking about photoshopped advertisements. Good point, Elijah.
You know what's also funny to me is, in regards to cell phones, is when people Photoshop their cell phone or whatever into the hands of like a celebrity and then say that the celebrity was using it.
We're going to have to do a whole show on photoshopping in a little bit.
For that matter, we should do that ourselves if we ever have any stuff to sell.
Those of you folks out there, if you ever see a photograph of a celebrity holding a cell phone with Comedy Parenting Radio on the phone, it's true. It's what they do.
Yep. Or wearing an outfit made out of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come books.
Yeah. We have a complete line of celebrity wear. That was a really cheap way to do like a 2-second ad.
Yeah, but I liked it.
Yeah, but we're going to have to pay money for that now.
Hey kids, now it's time for Broken Phone Stories.
Man alive, I've got so many broken phone stories. And I've only had a phone for like 2 years.
This sounds like a generational thing, because I only have one story and I've had a phone for 10 years.
First time, I was playing basketball and I had my phone in my back pocket. And
Strike number one.
Strike number one. Number
Which
two.
Which one, playing basketball or having your phone in your back pocket?
Having a phone in your pocket while you play basketball.
Playing basketball, went to dodge around somebody and the phone fell out. It dropped like 2 feet, and in its nice soft shelled case so that it wouldn't break, it shattered completely. The screen shattered completely and I couldn't use it.
When I was your age and we played basketball, we wore Converse high tops and basketball shorts and didn't carry our cell phones.
Dad, back when you played basketball, you wore camel-haired shorts and sandals.
And the basketball was a gigantic stone.
And you'd run into a cave every single time a dinosaur came by.
Josh, do you have any broken phone stories?
One very fateful night where I had my cellophane in my pocket.
Your cell.
And I was competing in some team games.
You know, you look very ominous, hunkered over the phone.
I am very ominous,
like
hunkered over.
A gargoyle-esque type radio personality.
Yes, I am very hunkered over and ominous. Anyways, I had my cellophane in my pocket, and I was competing in team games, and I won the team game.
There we are again. The games and the phones don't mix.
My phone didn't break during the game. It didn't even break, for that matter. They gave us a bunch of chocolate coins, and I put mine in my pocket with my cell phone, and it melted and got all over inside the charging port.
You thought it was a chocolate processor. It's been Comedy Parenting Radio Broken Phones. Hope you guys don't have too many of them this week. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for coming up to the studio, you guys.
You're welcome.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
Wouldn't it be ironic if they broke their phone while listening to this show?
Why do you pull these things out of the hat at the very end of the show? Before you guys go,
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
would you stop holding your phones out of the third-story window of the house?
It's okay. I have a strap.
Are bungee cords allowed?
Mine's taped to my hand.
Bye-bye.
Ah, my dear Watson, it would appear we have cracked the phone case.